Okay, so this is Mark with Not Square Design, and this project that we're going to go through, um, this is this is my personal house, so I don't have to ask permission. I can show whatever I want, and I kind of wish I had started this on Monday when I quickly drew everything up for my electrician and tossed it into Chief because this went fast. My house is not very big. There's where I'm at, sitting right there right now, talking to you. Beautiful sun coming in this morning. Um, and so, what I've got to do today is I live in a mining town. There's dust that gathers in a lot of attics around here, and they came in yesterday, um, partially caused from me playing electrician and wanting to install a light in here. And when this house was purchased, the inspector had said that the wiring was redone. That is not true and is very evident. However, I thought, okay, some of it's got to be redone, and the kitchen would probably be maybe a good spot. So I just had bought a light, wanted to replace the old fixture that was in here, and it just turned into a hole in the ceiling of me calling in and having some old black wiring because this light fixture was a junction of 5 pairs. And so it shut off the fridge, it shut off the light over here, it shut off all the outlets along the counter, um, all connected to this light because the stove is on a 40 amp, not a 30 amp like it should be. The breaker right here, um, that did not get shut off. So that started this headache. And then Bobby and I have been thinking about, um, well, mainly I have. We both like to cook, and this kitchen is so tiny. It's ridiculously tiny. And so I've always wanted to put my house in here to see how I could do the remodel. These are stairs down to the basement, and this is a hallway that goes nowhere. And what I don't have drawn yet, I got my cabinets around in my bathroom. They're all looking good. There is a full height cabinet here. There are lower cabinets behind the fireplace, and then a wall niche that's in this wall. It's pretty deep. So the fireplace seems to be only out here. Maybe it comes into this depth. I'm not sure yet. And then this appears hollow, but I have a forced air furnace downstairs, and I believe that is probably supply and return for this house. There's like a register right here that is supply. Above about every door, there's a register. There's a register above the door in the bathroom. And there is a chase around the top here. And if that's only used to hang the cabinets or if it actually has stuff in it, I don't know. It certainly doesn't have any HVAC in it. There's vermiculite in my insulation upstairs, and I can show you that stuff later. But we'll go through a lot during this project because this is an old 50s house. And so yesterday I have this plastic hanging here over the master door and then across the hallway so that I could isolate the attic access and keep any the high possibility that well, somewhat high. It's right like at the time when they started phasing out asbestos, but there might be asbestos up here. But the health department wanted to take samples. They took them yesterday of the dust that settles to the bottom of your insulation. And so they took it way out here where I did this work. They had taken it once before, and then they took it right here at the access. And all this insulation around the access is new, blown in. And I don't know if it was all cleaned up before it was blown in. But when I got out here and discovered I had vermiculite underneath the blown in, I called them back and had them come out to here to get samples because my house passed for heavy metals because I do live in a mining town. So that's what initiated the project. Let's take a little look at things. I have a very large monitor. You're looking at half of it. And so when I expand this out to full screen, then you can only see half. So what I like to do is I'll come over here and I'll use my space mouse, click on it. I did a lesson on this if you guys need to know how. I did a lesson on how to create these icons in your space mouse. And so they match the icons for your program. So I want to create a 3D rendering. So you just swipe through it and boom, I have a 3D rendering. Now what I like to do is split my screen in half. So I'm going to take it over here, put it on this side. And because of this big monitor, we can only see half at a time. So I'm going to switch over to that half. Let's take a look. And here we are. Now I want to get my dividing line in a good position there so that when I'm looking at this, I'm recording this side and hopefully I always remember to flip to the other side. So I have some awful colored trim and I think we're going to try and tackle that this summer. It needs to be repainted anyway, so we'll strip it and let's see if we can find a better color. We'll get some good pictures and stuff to go along with this video at some point. And so this is the door that we almost always enter. And on my lot, this is a big, long access way. In fact, because it's my own project, I can do things like show you where I'm at. So here is the vicinity map, and that's the long driveway back to a really cool garage, and that's my wee house. And so if we zoom into the site, that's probably too close. How can I fix that real fast? Oh, I'm at 150%. Let's go down to 125. No, let's try 100. All right. So that's basically my lot right there. There it is. There's a good shot. So the dividing line, there's a fence, and there's my other neighbor's fence. So this is a garage, this is a shed, this is a covered area that you can walk through. You can also walk through here to the alley where my garbage and stuff gets put. Walkway up to the house. Got a porch here I got to put, a little porch here, a little covered roof for each of these I haven't added yet, and haven't put in the chimney coming out of the roof. But hopefully that's going to go away. This is fun to get the snow all the way out without piling it onto your neighbor. I can't pile it against my house either. And this is a cool gear from the mines that's planted in my yard. So just for architectural reasons. But at any rate, let's go back to here and let's go in. So this is the door we usually use because this is where the driveway is. Come in here and now we're in the kitchen. And as you can see, there's not a lot of room to do stuff. And I need to hang our microwave because right now it's sitting here. No, sorry. We did put it on a cart down here now in front of the window. And we want a big piece to go here to help out with space temporarily until we do the full remodel. Doors lovely always hits this counter. And dishwasher needs to be replaced. I'm not showing a correct stove because we have one of those old heat element stoves, but we're looking at induction. But if I do get induction, my understanding is that the only inductions I have seen so far are 220. So I will have to have my little tiny panel with 4 breakers in it replaced. 220 exists in the detached garage. We'll get all the site and stuff. Maybe we'll do that together. So today's project is to get up, show the attic access, and put in the framing around it and get the general layout of my boards. I'm not worried to get them exact because I'd have to measure each one. On houses of this age, they are approximately 24 inches on center, but they don't tend to be exact. So this is my office, and that is where the sun's coming in right now, and it's gorgeous. In fact, if I do a render, I can actually show you. So if we do this and then I go up and I change my my settings, right now it is 511. So it's 511. Sorry, May 11th at 9 o'clock straight up. That's an easy one. So this is what it actually is doing. Oh, why didn't it show my shadows? I can't tell you why it's not adjusting for shadows. I don't have any lights in here yet. Let's check. This is the move the sun tool. Some of this stuff is new to 15, so I'm not. Use sun angle if available. Sorry. Well, that still didn't turn it on. Sometimes it can be a little fussy and you have to actually close it. Then I'll do it over here on this side. Recreate it. And split it. And then let's go back to our rendering technique of stuff. And let's go back in here and see if we got, it's still not shining. We had it shining across the floor and showing everything. And I haven't changed any settings. So I can't explain why that is. It should be casting stuff across my floor right now. And the fact that it's not is one of those things that I just sometimes don't quite get. Let's see. So all that is correct. This we just set. We do have daylight savings time, but it's not current right now. So I don't know what that means exactly. Or is it supposed to be on because you're in a zone that uses it? Or is it on only when you're in daylight savings? Make shadow. Always update. Cast shadows. I can't tell you why I do not have. Looks like I might be sending some of this video off. So, at any rate, I'm going to skip that for now because what I really want to do today is we want to take and put this into AutoCAD. And I haven't programmed my 3D mouse for AutoCAD yet, but I don't use it much for AutoCAD. In fact, I really don't use it at all. I don't use it because I do everything in AutoCAD in 2 dimensions except when I am pulling in stuff from like the point cloud. So I'm going to do a new drawing because I haven't created anything yet for this project. We're going to open it from my standard template. And so first thing I'm going to do is just save as. And I think I already created a folder for it. So let's go to my network and let's see. I think we have got down at the bottom and the Farrar-Hagan remodel AutoCAD, and we are going to put well, I don't even need to do that. Let's just put level 1 floor plan. And then once I've saved that, then I'm going to go back to Chief. I'm going to do File, Export, DWG. And I'll probably have to do a new introduction just to say what I'm doing in this video. Wasn't very good of me there. So I don't care about the patterns or the fill areas. So I'm going to export that. Let's go to my file. And in here we're going to need a new folder. So new folder, and what I call this is export from Chief. And then we'll pop into there and we'll give it a name. And this will be the level 1 floor plan. Save it. So now that that's done, I should be able to go into AutoCAD and import. So under here, File, Import, I'm going to, oh, no, I don't want to import that. I want to Xref it. So let's get onto a layer. Well, here's a 3D Verify layer, which is a great one to start with. Or I can use my as-built level 1. And so let's go with that. Let's go with our as-built level 1. So I'm going to Xref and bring in that piece that I just created. And so let's go to projects, down to here, export from chief, and that's the one we want. All right, want it to be an overlay, relative path, insertion point is 0, 0, 0, and the scale should be 1, 1, 1. So, okay. And it should be there. Do I see it? No, no, I don't see it. Why didn't it come in? Let's zoom extent. Make sure it didn't disappear into space. So I don't think it imported it. Let's see what we have in our Xref menu. It's not here. Attach. That. Open. Okay. It's not attaching it. What I'm thinking is whatever's coming on the chief. Let me investigate it and I'll be back with a solution. Okay, so what I've done so far is I came in and I opened this drawing. It did give me a warning that this was not created by AutoCAD. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it. And that may have been the whole issue. So I have two that are called the same thing, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. So now let's try and bring that same drawing in, open, say OK. Boom. And I didn't see it attach. I have a clue because I saved it. I can see it. And it's going on to this layer that's turned on. Overlay. Okay, you know what might be? Let's check our layers. Oh, but it's not even showing up in the Xref. See, so here I'm not getting an extra filter for the Xref layers, which means an Xref was not attached. And you can see, this is the drawing. So no Xref is actually being attached. And so when I save this, it's QSave is there. So I'm going to close it. I don't know what the deal is and why it's not bringing that in as an X, or why I can't even just do it or right over it. I mean, I guess I could. I could just use that as my level. But I just don't even understand why this is not working. Because this is very curious to come in, tell it that you want to attach this file, a valid DWG file. You say open, you check your settings, relative, that's fine. The scale factor, I guess let's try this. And let's try and let it, see, it didn't even ask me anything. So something is wrong with the file. So let's reopen that file and see what we have in it. See, continue opening DWG. So even though saved by an application not developed by it. So now if I go save as, let's say basic. Now, these are elements, right? They are. And it's on Chief Architect layers. See the small letters. All my layers will be in caps. So these are all Chief Architect layers. So I could go through, and once I bring it into this file, where this is my layer set. So if I go into like AutoCAD architectural layers, I could change the doors to be on this layer, and then that's just done. Just a layer conversion, or I can do what's called a lay merge, and that's I'd like to try. So now that I have this saved again as a save as, let's try it again. So now I'm going to do my Xref, and that could be the whole deal, is that it just was not seeing it. So I don't want to specify that stuff. I want it to just come in, and it's sure as heck not. It is not coming in, even though I have, no, it's not open. I don't know if that's causing a problem. No, it's just not coming in. So this is going to go off to my tech guys, but as a video, and so I'm going to stop this recording and then I will seam them together, but I do want to get this off while it's somewhat short.